Indian Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal talks tough on India-U.S. trade deal. Goyal says that the deal will be finalized when the deal is ready and India will not bow down to Trump's pressure and national interest is always first. A big word coming in from Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal, doing the straight talk this time around, giving out a very strong message as far as the India-U.S. trade deal is concerned. A lot of chatter, a lot of headlines popping up on that matter. But Piyush Goyal has made it very clear. He said that the deal is going to be finalized when the deal is ready. And India is not going to bow down this time around to Trump's pressure. And national interest will always come first for us. A big statement coming in from Union Minister of Commerce and Industry, Piyush Goyal, bringing the full stop to all the chatter around the trade deals between India and the US, something that has been mentioned by the US President time and again. The matter continues to remain in the headlines on a daily basis. A lot of speculations as well emerging from both the ends, be it here in India or be it in the US. But Piyush Goyal is clearing that foggy cloud, is doing the hard talk here, is straight away saying that the deal will take its time, it will be finalized, but it will be finalized when the deal is ready. And India this time around is not going to bow down to the pressure coming in from US President Donald Trump, because national interest comes for us first. What exactly does that mean for India? What exactly does that mean for the relationship that we have with the US? We will discuss it further in a short while from now. But as of now, the developing story is the big statement coming in from Piyush Goyal saying that India-US trade deal will happen when the time is right, when the deal is ready, and we will not bow down to the pressure. My colleague Samya Kapoor joining us on the broadcast. Samya, a very straightforward answer coming in from Piyush Goyal, putting all those questions aside and saying that, we will do it when we are ready. Our national interest comes first for us.
Well, Piyush Goyal has made several trips to U.S. and while the U.S. President Donald Trump has been reiterating that India and U.S. are working on a mutually benefiting trade pact, the July 9th deadline is something that everybody was looking towards, because that is when the 26% reciprocal tariff on Indian goods would kick in. India's chief negotiator Rajesh Agarwal has also been in US for a very long time trying to get the best bet for India. But this particular statement that has just come now from Piyush Goyal is very, very significant. Even though US may be trying to exercise, to maximize their share of the pie, it is Piyush Goyal who has put his foot down, saying that India's interest is always going to be protected and prioritized irrespective of what may be offered in lieu of the trade deal. We have to wait and see whether at all India will have to do a climb down on this stance or not, because until July 19, there are hectic parleys and meetings taking place to finalize what exactly going to be the tariff that is going to be levied on Indian goods from the US's end. Whether Donald Trump is willing to go back on his word, is he going to revisit his decision on levying 26% reciprocal tariff on Indian goods or not? We will have to wait and see that as well. But the Indian Union Minister Piyush Goyal making the statement comes in the wake of several negotiations taking place right now to cement the India-US trade pact. We have to wait and see what comes out of it eventually, but India making it very clear that they are not going to bite the dust, they are not going to cow down to the pressure tactics that may be exerted by the US President Donald Trump and his team, who are negotiating right now on the other side, where Piyush Goyal is also trying to ensure that they are trying to get the best deal that is in India's interest. So we will wait and see what is going to be US's response when India talks tough on the trade deal.
Absolutely. We have got a reaction also coming in. Samya, please wait with me. Let's listen into that reaction and then I'll come back to you.
मैंने आपको कई बार बताया कि भारत अपने शर्तों पर चर्चा करता है। अलग-अलग देशों के साथ चर्चा चल रही है। यूरोपियन यूनियन हो, न्यूजीलैंड हो, ओमान हो, यूएसए हो, चिली हो, पेरू हो, कई देशों के साथ एग्रीमेंट की बात चल रही है। फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट तभी संभव होता है जब दो तरफा फायदा हो। इट शुड बी अ विन विन एग्रीमेंट। और जब भारत के इंटरेस्ट को संरक्षित रखते हुए, नेशनल इंटरेस्ट विल ऑलवेज बी सुप्रीम, वो ध्यान में रखते हुए अच्छा अगर डील बनती है तो भारत तो विकसित देशों के साथ डील करने के लिए कभी भी तैयार है।
You know, Samya, we are looking at a very different kind of India. Specifically after Operation Sindoor, we saw US President Donald Trump going to places and claiming the victory, trumpeting that he intervened between India and Pakistan, and the center point has always been trade, while he was, claiming the victory of having intervened between us. But this is a tough talk that India has recently started doing, putting everybody on their own position.
Absolutely, Sakshi. As far as India-U.S. trade ties are concerned, that is also going to work as a precedent for the other nations as well, especially when it comes to UK and China. While Trump himself has been very positive, given the kind of cordial ties that lies at the very bedrock of the India and U.S. relationship, he has maintained that they are looking forward to try and seal a deal with India. And if that goes on and happens, then it is going to be on reduced tariffs. Now, this contentious 26% tariff is what we are looking at right now. 9th July is the deadline that has been set. It's very unlikely that this deadline is going to be extended for further negotiations and talks. But we have to see what is going to be the reaction coming in from Piyush Goyal's counterparts from the U.S. when India decides that they're not going to blink first when it comes to prioritizing India's interests. We have to see how the U.S. is going to respond to that. Are they going to stick to the stance of ensuring that there is a 26% reciprocal tariffs levied on the Indian goods, or is it going to be a climb down from that stature? Because Donald Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have shared very good ties, cordial ties for that matter. Would Donald Trump want to upset Prime Minister Modi at this juncture? We did see how at several bilaterals they have managed to try and have relations and conversation that has been conducive for both the nations. And this contentious trade deal, the reciprocal tariff, could perhaps ruin it for both the nations. So who is going to be walking that extra mile? Is it going to be India? Is it going to be US? Well, that is what we're looking at right now. But Piyush Goyal over here making it very clear that India is going to prioritize India's interests, and they are not going to bow down or abide by anybody trying to use pressure tactics to make India take a beating.
Absolutely. Samya, thank you so much for joining us and putting all of that information into perspective for our viewers in terms of what's going to be the next path for India-US relationship. But right now, shifting focus. In fact, let's first listen in to the Union Minister yet another time. What exactly did he say about the trade talks that has been going around in the headlines between India and the US?
मैंने आपको कई बार बताया कि भारत अपने शर्तों पर चर्चा करता है। अलग अलग देशों के साथ चर्चा चल रही है। यूरोपियन यूनियन हो, न्यूजीलैंड हो, ओमान हो, यूएसए हो, चिली हो, पेरू हो, कई देशों के साथ एग्रीमेंट की बात चल रही है। फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट तभी संभव होता है जब दो तरफा फायदा हो। इट शुड बी अ विन विन एग्रीमेंट। और जब भारत के इंटरेस्ट को संरक्षित रखते हुए, नेशनल इंटरेस्ट विल ऑलवेज बी सुप्रीम, वो ध्यान में रखते हुए अच्छा अगर डील बनती है तो भारत तो विकसित देशों के साथ डील करने के लिए कभी भी